2 years ago, someone with absolutely no degree, no coding background, and zero tech connections landed a remote AI job paying $60,000 a year. Let me walk you through exactly how they pulled it off in this explainer.
Here's the wild part. They didn't apply through some recruiter, they didn't go back to school, they didn't have a single computer science credit to their name. They just followed a highly specific sequence of steps that, honestly, most people don't even know exists. Stick with me here, because the part that actually gets you hired is at the very end, and it's the step almost everyone skips.
Okay, so here is the exact blueprint we're following today. We'll look at the AI degree myth, real AI job opportunities, the free learning roadmap, building and finding work, real-life salary expectations, and finally, your very first step today.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI degree myth.
Somewhere along the way, we were all sold this idea that working in tech requires 4 years of your life and thousands of dollars in tuition. You know, a fancy piece of paper that says you're qualified. And sure, that was true once upon a time, but it's just not anymore. Massive companies like Google, Apple, IBM, and Tesla have actually removed degree requirements from their job listings. And it's not because they're lowering their standards, not at all. It's because they finally realized that a solid certificate and a real portfolio prove far more than a diploma ever could. The door is wide open right now. Most people just don't know where to find the handle.
Moving right along to Section 2, real AI job opportunities.
Before we get into the how-to, let's talk about what you're actually working toward, right? Because AI careers are definitely not all the exact same thing. For instance, you've got prompt engineers pulling in up to $90,000 a year, and get this, with zero coding required. Then there are data annotators. These are fully remote, entry-level folks who basically label data to help train models. You also have freelance content specialists charging $30 to $80 an hour, and machine learning assistants taking on junior support roles that are literally growing faster than companies can even fill them. None of these require a degree, and yeah, all of them can be done right from your living room.
And look, the market is only getting bigger. To put it in perspective, there's been a massive 75% increase in AI-related LinkedIn job postings in just the last 2 years alone. Honestly, there has quite literally never been a better time to break into this field with absolutely no background.
Which brings us to Section 3, the free learning roadmap.
Now, this isn't some grueling 4-year ordeal. It's a 12-week journey. We're going to start with understanding the landscape in week 1, move into Python basics, grab your first certificates, and then build one thing. Just a quick heads up, don't skip ahead here. The order is absolutely crucial.
So, week 1, this is all about just wrapping your head around what AI actually is and where the real opportunities hide. Before you even touch anything technical, spend this first week watching 3 Blue 1 Brown's neural network series on YouTube. It's totally free, incredibly visual, and you don't need to be a math whiz to get it. It literally shows you how AI thinks without making your head spin. After that, check out Andrej Karpathy's Intro to AI. He's one of the most respected engineers on the planet, but he explains everything in plain, everyday language. By the end of this single week, he'll honestly understand AI better than a lot of folks who claim to work in it.
Okay, weeks 2 through 4, let's talk Python. Python is essentially the language of AI, and believe it or not, it's genuinely simple to pick up at a basic level. You can take freeCodeCamp's 4-hour course or Mosh Hamadani's 6-hour course over on YouTube. All you need is about 30 to 60 minutes a day. Remember, you're not trying to become some senior software engineer here. You literally just need to learn enough to read, run, or slightly tweak AI code, and that alone, that puts you ahead of most applicants.
Next up, weeks 4 to 8. It's time to get your first certificate. This is the stuff that actually goes on your resume. We're talking Google AI Essentials, IBM AI Foundations, and Elements of AI by the University of Helsinki. Now, these cost absolutely nothing if you apply for financial aid, or some are just inherently free anyway. They take maybe 10 hours to knock out, but they signal to employers that you are formally recognized and serious. But keep pushing, because getting certified is really only half the battle.
Let's dive into Section 4, building and finding work.
Step 4 is where you actually build one thing. Head over to Kaggle and knock out one beginner project. Then, put that project on GitHub and write just 2 short paragraphs explaining what it does and why you built it. It does not need to be earth-shattering. It just needs to exist. You see, building just one simple project gives you a portfolio. And a portfolio with one real project on it? That beats a resume with 0 projects every single time. No contest.
All right, step 5, finding the hidden jobs. Listen, do not get discouraged by those senior roles on Indeed that are asking for 5 years of experience. You need to look at the platforms where entry-level hiring actually happens right now. Places like Remote Tasks for global data annotation, Scale AI, where you review and evaluate outputs, Outlier to train models, and Appen, which is incredibly beginner-friendly. These are the front doors, they're entry points, and people move up from them very, very consistently.
Which leads us nicely into Section 5, Real-Life Salary Expectations.
So let's talk real numbers. If you start out in remote data roles, you might pull in $15 to $25 an hour at first. But after about 6 to 12 months of grinding and building your skills, you can totally progress to junior roles, pulling in around $70,000 a year. From there, specialized roles can push you up to $120,000, and freelance consultants, they're out there charging up to $150 an hour. Why? Because the massive demand is absolutely there, but the supply of people who actually know how to do it simply isn't.
Step 6 is absolutely crucial. You have to keep learning while you earn. Dive into Andrew Ng's machine learning specialization. Spend time reading towards data science. Subscribe to the Batch newsletter. This ongoing curiosity is exactly how you make the jump from an entry-level annotator to someone who genuinely understands the complex systems they're working inside.
And finally, Section 6, your first step today.
Look, the actual cost of this change, it's just 2 hours a week for 6 months. That's it. It's not crazy tuition fees. It's not having the right connections in the industry. The courses are out there for free. The platforms are actively hiring right now. The people who actually managed to make this switch, they aren't somehow more technical or luckier than you. They just started and they absolutely refuse to stop. Time and consistency are literally the only true requirements here.
But here's the reality check. The window of opportunity to enter the AI space with zero background, it's not going to stay open forever. This field is moving incredibly fast. The question was never whether or not you're capable of doing this. The question is simply this: will you start tonight at elementsofai.com?